dog. I'm tired of this shit.
Yo, I realized
First off, let it be known, JB out here running around telling people he want to see me in a best of you match. Everybody know I started this best of you shit. Wasn't nobody fighting the best of yous till the Flesh Man came out here. Yeah, he threatening me with my own shit. I ain't letting that shit ride. Like I told you, I'm on a cleanse. I ain't ate all day. I ain't got no liquor with me. I'm drinking water. I'm ready, man. What y'all want to do, man? I'm ready. And I'm gonna talk about JB in a second.
Siegel on Drink Champs right now.
You said what?
I said you sound like Beanie Siegel on Drink Champs right now.
Oh, listen. Then let me tell you another thing, right? Everybody, we all got that one friend, right? Who just says random shit and don't nobody know why the fuck he's saying it.
That's JB.
Let me introduce you to JB, please. JB, you sit back here and send some shit to the group. He said Bobby Porter's agent need to be fired. Why, JB?
It was no concept behind it.
I'm supposed to know what JB been reading. I know we close. I know this is a tight-knit podcast, but we ain't that motherfucking close.
Nah, y'all want to see my man Savell, yo. If he said that, you had to know that he got a bum-ass deal on the first day of free agency. Like, that was the context clues for me. That's how I read that.
It was, I mean, it felt like it didn't come across my thing yet, so I didn't know.
Right, but it's the first day of free agency. Like you had to know that he got a bum ass deal.
That's that cousin shit. That's that.
I'm just saying.
That's that we 11 months apart shit. Here we go.
And we only 6 months apart. Don't get it fucked up.
We 6 months apart shit. Here we go. We both turned 40. Now they acting brand new. In the 30s, they wasn't like this. If you don't know,
6 months and 17 days. Well, who's counting?
Right, who's counting? If you don't know. This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast, episode 152. And if you don't know, after 152 episodes, who I am the Flesh Man. I am the Fat Boy. I am always calling them broadish. I am always your Huckleberry, and I'm sober. So let's go.
And it's your man's Iceberg Shorty, aka the King of Controversial Comments. I say what I said. I'm at where I'm at. Don't hit me unless you try and cut the check. It's been 2 weeks. I'm ready to party. And where the fuck is Juice with all his hot takes? He don't get to sit this one out. Somebody fucking get Juice in here right now.
I agree.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Jay, Big Belly Rude Boys 2 times, and I'm here with my brothers.
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy JB. I'm, here before 9, and I'm gonna pass it to the one and only. But hold on first. I'm gonna get Juice in here. Hey, man, it's your joy boy Juice. H-Town, Mr. Smoke You Up. And I'm going to pass it to him.
Yo, you are terrible, yo. Mr. Smoke You Up.
Hey, Big Belly, I give you an A for effort, baby. I give you an A for Mr. Smoke You Up. Is that a pause?
Right, right. That's a pause.
This your guy, Cool Mike, a.k.a. Dr. Mike, a.k.a. the People's Podiatrist, also known as your favorite foot doctor, coming to you with a collective of gentlemen known as some earth shakers.
We are that.
We some 40-acre takers.
Take that.
We are some generational curse breakers.
Oh, indeed.
We are the prophetic podcast because we be knowing.
We do be knowing.
And we just some brothers talking some shh.
With your cool ass. Well, it's been noted that it's been 2 weeks since we potted, and I kind of want to do something different, fellas. Can we do something different? Usually we go off current events and stuff like that. But because, like Iceberg was saying earlier, Juice did have some hot takes. There's been some things said. We can get the current events in a minute. That's fine?
Fine.
Oh, that's what he's doing anyway. Fuck it. All right. So Juice said that Kendrick's what's the name of the album?
What's the kid? Mad City.
Right, Good Kid, Mad City is the best album ever made. That's what he said, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what I don't want to do is, I feel like that's an opinion thing. You could be at a certain point in your life where though you can have those feelings. So we're not going to say what's the best album ever. But I'm curious, right? Rap albums. If you can only listen to one rap album, what's your favorite rap album? It don't got to be the best rap album. Just your personal favorite rap album. Let's start with the youngest. Jay, what you got? And why, if you don't mind?
I'm gonna go with my artists that I primarily listen to, and it's gonna be Big Crit, all four theme.
Big Crit, right? Because you're breaking up.
And I apologize now. We're going through a storm down in Florida, so the power went out already once. But yeah.
All right, so Big Crit,
Big
and what's the name of the album?
I believe it's R4 theme. Return of the R4.
You sure that's your favorite album? You talk about some.
You said listen all the way through. I'm not saying that's my favorite album from him, but something I can listen all the way through, and his content and his metaphors, I can just ride it all the way through.
So for you, Jay, your favorite album, you can't necessarily listen to every song on it. Is that what you're saying?
Some songs I don't like. It's with other artists, it's some songs I don't like. It's some beats and some producers. It may be some ad libs that I don't like. But I'm just going off the top of my head right now. That would be if I got to listen to somebody, and we in the car or whatever we doing, and we rolling, and we say, "Oh, you got to ride that one all the way through."
Right.
And I'm gonna go with.
Okay. What you got? What you got? Cool.
I'm gonna say Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. I think it boils down to vibe, right? A vibe and a time. Like, you know how people be like, you had to be there. So right. I just remember the time, the timing where I was actually in college at the time it was released. I remember, like, you got to hear this kind of junk. And it stands the test of time amongst other things for me based on that. And not even like round robin, because it's just certain stuff I would listen to heavy or multiple times through. You know what I'm saying? Even outside of just everything once in a way. And so if it was one, that's probably the one I would pick.
Okay. Iceberg, what you got?
Yo, what do you mean? Favorite album to listen to? Is that the question?
Yeah, like if you had to pick your favorite album, what would you let's say you take it a long ride, you can listen to one album. Back in the day, you had one CD in your car. What would you hope that CD would be?
Today, Thank Me Later. Drake.
Okay. And why? Any reason why?
I like where it puts me, right? Like it's, you can listen to some R&B shit if you want to vibe out. You can listen to some hip hop shit. Like when I was younger, it was probably We Are the Streets, right? But then that shit always made me want to be fucking violent, right? You know what I'm saying? I would say fuck Puff on that bitch too, right? But Drake could give you the bars, you can slow it down, you can speed it up, different cadences, you got all those different people on there, man. So for me, it was really, really that. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. If I'm trying to get into the car, get on the road, and then boom, there I go.
JB, you there? All right, for me, it would be. Go ahead, JB. JB. As soon as I go to see mine, he's gonna start talking and watch.
Yeah. All
right, for me, JB, don't say shit. For me, my favorite album would be to listen to is Life After Death. I think the timing of it in my life, I think it was very like instrumental in just how I felt about rap music. To me, it's just like the most complete album. Big was just top of the game, just hits home for me. It was 97. I was 15. Going on 15 around that time. So, that's probably when my ears opened up to rap and started probably, I was off the step more. I was off the porch more. I was around the corner now. So, a lot of things started making sense musically that I was hearing. You can remember being a kid and being able to repeat what you heard, but not really know what it meant. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know what a triple beam was until then. So that's the one for me. JB, you got one?
Yes, for me is right now it's Views. I can listen to that consistently, often, all the time.
Okay. Is it the vibe? Okay, like because I think sometimes when you think about some of your favorite albums, you know, I feel like certain arguments can't be made, even with like top fives and stuff like that. It's really hard to make I really feel like we should be just a favorites because I mean, top five. Who can really argue? You know, who's the top rappers of all time? So I would say more of a favorite thing. But is it like with an album? Is it more of when it hit you? You get what I'm saying? That makes it your favorite. It was a time in your life whereas though, like who said, he in college, he in a certain space, you know, even hearing it, it takes you back to that point when you probably first hear it. Is that what it is that probably makes a favorite album? Y'all feel like? I feel like it do.
Most definitely. There's certain things in your life that will bring you back to that time and make you think of good things, bad things, and wherever it may be. And when you hear that sound, it's like, and the certain things that you live through, as you were saying earlier, and you know, you want to find out or you already know what it is. And it just it brings you that joy, and it's something about it. It brings that glow. The other point I want to make is, God damn, Cool was in college. Fucking Reasonable Doubt came out.
Yeah.
6. That was the Blizzard of 96. I think I was still in fucking middle school. God damn.
Hey.
I love you, Cool.
I definitely feel like that too because, like, perfect example. I was listening to, you know, I was in the R&B space for the last couple of days. Troop, All I Do Is Think of You came on, and it took me to, like, my summer. I was like 9 or 8, and I stayed the summer with my dad that summer, and I probably after that I didn't see him again until I was like 16. So that song takes me to that summer and that feeling. Like like one story that sticks out from that summer is my pop gave me $10 allowance and every week. And I bought a bunch of Nollies with my first $10. And he was like, yo, from now on, you can't buy but 2 packs of Nollies a week. Like he was going to check. But yeah, you know what I mean, it's simple shit like that. But that song, when I hear that song, it takes me back to that summer. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all got songs that maybe take you back in a great space? You know what I'm saying? That your childhood or your mom cleaning the house or that ring off like that for you?
Yeah, so Summertime, Will Smith, Summertime does it for me. And it does it for me in large part because of the sample, which also does it for me, right? And so like I got on my operating room playlist, it's a bunch of like Earth, Wind and Fire, and that music, because it actually reminds me of time. I won't get disclosed too much, but times when everybody was little on the podcast and, you know, just running around dressed alike. They were dressed alike and all that stuff, all that time. but it was love. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember. You know, I don't know. We was in the projects in the mud, but I don't remember nothing bad. Like I don't remember it bad. I remember it fondly. So that's the music that gets me in a mood, an upbeat mood.
And the thing about that song, real quick, for somebody else go, is like him doing that. That described feeling in the summertime, like word to word. Was it like that in Baltimore to a certain extent? I mean, he named stuff from Philly, but was it like that's how the summer was in Baltimore?
Hey, I got a story. I got a quick story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Charity Boys, Ray, Dave, Miles. Listen, we went to one summer. It was we drove up to the Greek Fest, Philadelphia Greek Fest, big summer, right? Okay, we'll leave it there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't know nothing about nothing because it's that time and it ain't no MapQuest, ain't no GPS, ain't no. It's just, you know, it is what it. I don't even know. It was what it was back then. So we drive up Philly, we get there, we stop at a gas station or something, and we don't know where we're going at this point. We didn't even know where we was going in the first point. We was going to Philly. Oh, me and the boy hop out. We go to the gas station. They like, where you want to go? Something. You want to go over here? You want to go to the Platte, right? So,
right.
So I was like, the Platte. And my homeboy be like, hey, man, how you know? How you know?
That's it, though.
Where to go? I said, a place called the Plateau is where everybody. He was like, yo, you smart. I don't know. I just and
Fair enough.
That's
I wouldn't have never put that together. That's
funny. Shout out to Miles, but that really happened. So we had a nice time. Yeah.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope.
He was like, yo, you right. I don't know.
Yeah, that's real shit though. But that is the move though.
That was the move.
I remember being a young buck, like I was probably like 16, 17, my first time going to the Greek, and we was catching the bus with it the first year we went. And like you go to the Plat, and then the day will figure itself out from there.
To figure itself out.
Right, everything else, you just go where everybody else going. The traffic will tell you where you need to be at. Juice, what's good? Juice, you there yet? Are you still get it together?
Nah, I'm here, bro. My apologies, man. The Sandman got to me. I was.
That's fine.
Nah. Flush, man, you got something else? I need the A mic for like 5 minutes, my brother.
Go ahead, you got it. Go
ahead. Andrew, Boy Drew, Charm God, Juice, fucking Williams. Right? Like, let me goddamn go and talk. What the fuck is you talking about? Good Kid, Mad City. Probably about the best album that you've never heard in your goddamn life, or has it number one on your fucking list. And then your man's jump in the comments. I don't know. Shout out to Ivan. I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn it, he riding with you. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit. Good Kid, Mad City, best album. Fucking stand on that shit, Juice.
Hold on. Now, hold on. Before you answer, Juice, I want to ask you a question. Is it more of, was it a time in your life thing?
No.
Okay. All right. Now go ahead.
So I don't want to spend a lot of time here because we listen. In order to understand, I will have to teach a class on this. But I just through doing research, as artists sometimes, we have to really dig in our bag and get into our craft, right? And so I know people take what I say to be a joke a lot of times, but when you really dig into a craft and you go through your history of things, even in jazz, right, you can really start to see the evolvement of an art, and you can see why people will begin to say this person is who they say that person is, right? So Kendrick just came up as somebody that I had to go back and kind of study, even though what I'm saying isn't foreign. Like a lot of what I've said, people have probably agreed with, but I had to go back and make my own opinion on why I think this was correct. So I do believe that Good Kid, Mad City is up to now, is the greatest hip hop album of all time. And I could kind of go ahead and say why I feel that way. Because when you get to Good Kid, Mad City, for what it is, when you get to it, nothing really sounds like that in hip hop. Nothing sounds like that. Nothing is put together in that manner. We kind of miss it, I think, because there's a lot of things that have come out. There are a lot of artists that have really come up to this point that have made an impact in music, and we really ain't paying attention. But this is why I say in art, right? In the world of art, or in even when we start talking about music, we have to be careful when we start calling things classics too soon. Because when you go back and listen to Good Kid, Mad City, you could probably drop that shit right now. So like if you go listen to Don't Kill My Vibe, right? We got trap hats, we got hard 808s, great snares, great lyrics. So we really got a conscious backpack song over a commercial success. That's not, I mean, you seen Lupe do it. You seen kind of Lupe, Kanye, Kanye for sure. But I just think in the manner in which Kendrick does it, the way they're able to do it on Good Kid, Mad City, and consistently with the singles that they dropped, it aged very well. The album aged very, very well. The lyrics on it's a concept album. It's a concept album that's a commercial success that is sonically put together well, really for the time. The producers, he doesn't work with a bunch of major producers of the time. Like these guys are just kind of starting off.
No, so I'm not letting you get that shit off. Fuck no, Juice.
How's that not true?
Dr. Dre, Just Blaze, Pharrell Williams, Hit Boy,
Okay,
Scoop the Bill, Jack Splash, and fucking T-Minus. Huh?
Okay. Listen, no, but you got
Juice.
Listen,
Juice.
You got the business.
I was with you until you went there. I was with you, bro.
Dre is involved. Pharrell's involved, but I'm talking about you got Coupe DeVille, you got the business, you got what's his name? The engineer who engineered the record. He's new, bro. Like he's not really a lot of what he does on this record is not necessarily an acceptable thing. Yeah, Dre's involved. Listen, Dre is involved. I think from the beginning, I kind of feel like Dre has a lot to do with this in total, which makes this even, you really just back up my argument even more. But I threw in these other pieces because they are significant. If you listen to the music, bro, like you're hearing that now. His flow, his cadence, listen to his flow and his cadence change. Really, he makes niggas everyone has to kind of step up after this. Because even if you go back to Drake shit. Drake is hard. Drake, I'm gonna go into why Drake is. I made my top 5 and I put it out today. I can tell you why it's Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. That's how I was able to come. Juice. What's up?
Aren't you? I recall vaguely before when I was kind of talking about Kendrick and. Has your position changed? Because I remember you not being so on the.
It did because I'm not gonna lie to you. It did because I kind of missed it. I'm studying. Okay, it's just like let's talk about it from this aspect, right? And really, what made me kind of think about this even more was that clip I sent y'all of Jamel Hill talking about the top 5 changing. But when I really
get to that, so don't go into that. Don't go into that.
Okay, get to that. Okay. But when I really had to think about it, and I just went back, I'm like, damn. Okay, ouch! I really kind of missed this. Now I don't change my opinion on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy being what it was, because I feel like without that, I don't think you get anything after. I don't think you get none of this if you want to be honest. But when you get to go ahead.
We have a conversation kind of what albums in the last, let's say since 1995, the last 25, 26 years, what albums do we feel like really changed? Like you're saying about A Good Kid, how many albums do we feel like changed? Like you're saying, how music was made after that.
I mean, you had to me, I think Tribe Called Quest getting in the game is.
I did say 95, brother, but
yeah. Oh, you said no, okay, my bad. Okay, so really, but if you want to talk about
we can go there. Tribe definitely was okay.
Well, you gotta hit. You can't really miss the early 90s because there's some things that's happening. You got the Chronic, you got Doggy Style. You even some will go ahead and put All Eyes on Me, Tupac. You got Biggie. You got Ready to Die, like Ready to Die. Like you have pillars of this thing that come out. You know what I'm saying? To me, huh? It's DMX.
I don't know if Dark and Hell is Hot changed the way people make music. Dark and Hell is Hot was crazy. Only DMX could do what DMX did. I don't know. I feel like that's
So if you want me to be real, I'm gonna go Tribe, and I'm gonna go Chronic. Seriously, like I'm gonna go. For me, it was. I really feel okay. You're gonna go.
What a Blueprint at?
No, you said. Yeah. You're right. I would actually say out of that time, if we're gonna look at that span of time, I'd have to go like some will say Low End Theory. I love Midnight Marauder, Chronic, and then Blueprint. If we really want to talk about
brother,
albums,
Life After Death, brother. Whoa.
Listen. You asked me things that made people change music. Because if I'm being real honest, even if it comes to Biggie, you have to get there because of what the West is doing. The West is adding grooves to their drums. But when I say the East Coast thing,
when I say it changed, there was you never heard an album like Life After Death before Life After Death.
No. Listen. But even with that being said, and I'll go back even to Ready to Die. Like, dog, I've named them as being big albums and things that were like pillars of the time. But you don't feel like
Ready to Die and Life After Death is like two different. You feel like that's the same kind of vibe. I feel like
Well,
those are two different.
you're so when you ask me how people make music, I'm thinking about a lot of different things. So when you hear albums like The Chronic and you hear albums like Doggy Style, or what makes them like kind of just go like ascend so high, there's a lot of different factors that Puffy goes and really gets in his situation. He does it in his way though. He does it in his way, and you it's the production value. Chronic to me and Snoop and Tribe,
I'm not dissing it, but let me ask you this, because I feel like with Big was one of the first artists to even do tracks with the West Coast artists. After that, everybody started doing. You had to have Nate Dogg on the hook. You had to have the Big was the first East Coast boy.
But you got to think again though. What I'm saying is that had a lot to do with what was done before. That had all that stuff, all that. When the Chronic is a big situation on so many different levels.
I'm not debating the Chronic.
So I'm not now. Listen, I'm not ranking albums here. I'm not saying that in terms of on that end outside of Good Kid, Mad City. I have my reason why I say I feel like it for what it is what it is. But as far as like the 90s, I'm not. You just asked me a question in terms of how did we change how music was done?
Because I mean, like let's say in a time period, like let's say, okay, like you said, Tribe came and Tribe was different, and then it changed. Doggy Style came and how cats moved after that was different. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm when Blueprint
But niggas shelf life really okay. For instance, niggas will tell you Illmatic, they still screaming Illmatic. It just did the shelf life of Illmatic isn't like the shelf life of other records. I think Illmatic was dope.
Now this is what we was talking about before. We talking about before you had to be there on certain stuff. Like maybe Illmatic was 94. You get what I'm saying? So maybe Illmatic it hit a certain way with guys that's older than cool. Like my old heads, like we was talking about before in the top 5. My old heads top 5. KRS-One is like rap start with KRS-One is the god of rap to guys that I was trying to hang out with. I'm sitting passenger seat in their car. That's what that was. So Illmatic to a certain group of people at a certain age, it is that because they were outside. I wasn't outside when Illmatic came out, so I'm pretty sure you wasn't. So we probably don't got that same
let me
appreciation for
it. Let's do this. If you look at the world of jazz, right? Who would you say that people, when they look at the world of jazz, that they say is one of the greats?
I'm not
like if they start listening.
Okay,
I'll throw someone out there. No, anybody else before I say this? Okay. One name you're gonna hear a lot of is Miles Davis.
Right. Okay.
But there's jazz musicians before Miles Davis. Jazz is fucking created in New Orleans. But as that shit grows and it matures, the product becomes better. So yeah, KRS-One is dope. Kool Moe Dee is dope. Kool Moe Dee, the first nigga that really makes the battle real. Like there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things and places we can go in terms of hip hop that makes it great. But as the music gets better, as the flow gets better, as the lyrical content gets better, as the genre actually develops, you're going to get better product across the board. You're going to have things that just do a little bit better over time. Yeah, you're going to have your stapled records. I'm not saying that. You're going to have those things. But I mean, when we start comparing how things age, how things just start to transcend, you're just going to naturally get better products later on. So
that's an interesting theory, because a lot of times to the left a little bit when it comes to sports.
Let him stand on this bullshit.
No,
fuck out of here, Juice.
All right, well, go ahead.
No,
but the one thing I want to say was, hold on,
life progress, right?
Before you like fire to him, that's like the same thing we're saying. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying how it's gonna go, but I'm just saying before because he hyped. No, he hyped, but
yeah, you wanted the comments. Was my point, right? You know what I'm saying? With him and this man jumped me. Right, like
I seen it. I breezed by it.
Yeah, you're right. That's wild as shit.
Hey, hold on.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on, Juice. Before you get with him. So every time I miss some shit, you have my back. No, you be the main one with the shovel, burying my ass on this podcast.
So you saying you getting jumped and I'm walking by? Is that what you're saying? That
You
was my
helped jump
analogy.
me.
That
You
was my
still
analogy.
up. You the first one who hit me. then they stomped me out. Now go ahead though, bro.
Go ahead, Jude. You were saying, man.
Hey man, I was getting. Hey, listen, everybody treat me like the baby right now. Everything I just said, like niggas.
Speaking of the baby.
Oh man. But
Yo,
yeah, hey, go ahead.
We still here? Or we go ahead.
I mean, no, it's no.
I mean, you brought him up. You brought him up. Listen, I'm really like, let's just.
No,
I'm not even.
Let's go.
I'm not even in my book. I'm not even in my phone right now. Like, let's go. So the baby.
I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be touchy. And I'm gonna go ahead and go out on the limb and say this right now.
Hold on. First, say what he did first. Say what he did first.
Okay, so the baby goes to Rolling Loud. He goes to Rolling Loud. He gets on stage, and by now, if you hadn't found out what the baby said, he said some things that were perceived as offensive. Now, I even don't know why he said what he said, how he said it, but I do have questions. But
hold on, it was more like a if you got $100,
yeah, put your phone in there.
Right. It was one of them, but okay.
If your pussy clean, if your pussy ain't dirty, you ain't, whatever, you know, you ain't got no STDs, whatever.
If you're in the parking lot sucking dick.
A call to action.
Sucking dick. Yeah, it was a call to action. So it was like call to action. Like if you ain't got no HIV, you ain't got no AIDS, STDs, whatever, put your phone up in there. If you ain't, so that's, he really said it like this. If your pussy clean and smell like water or something, put your phones in there. If you ain't out in the parking lot sucking dick, you know what I'm saying? Put your phones in there. So that's really what he says, and I find that interesting. But anyways, and then it's like, then he gets accused of being homophobic. He gets, you know, he just, man, they own him. They threw a shoe on stage. I don't think the crowd as a whole liked what he said.
Did they do that performance? They threw a shoe on stage during that performance?
Yeah.
And they canceled him. He's been canceled from a couple headline shows. He's supposed to be headliner, right?
Oh,
yeah, the governor's ball. He got canceled.
The governor's ball got canceled. He got canceled from
Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Some other shit.
Now the interesting thing is, like,
of all the things he didn't know he was a part of.
Of all the things you could say, like, how did that become part of your, what you said, calling reaction?
Right. I remember.
Is it calling reaction, right?
Call and response, call to action. I guess I don't know, but
like how did you get there? Like
that's like all
that's
this side, the left side. Who the left is? The left side makes some noise.
How did you get
in the middle?
So to me, is that a like a what's the word? What's the we call it like shit? Is it like to bring attention to himself? What they call it, trolling? Is it like a troll thing for him to take it that far with the call and reaction or call to action or whatever?
It might be a little of a troll. I think it was just like a little tactic.
But bro, it's so left. Like for you to go into if you're not burnt, like that's a lot to. It's usually a whole lot simpler. It's a lot.
People have said worse. People have said
not on no. Put your lighters in the air or put your cell phones in the air thing.
Maybe
nobody said nothing that crazy.
No, nobody that big. That you got to be very clear about that, right?
Okay.
People say a lot of things a lot of time, but again, man, we are so enamored with cancel culture that people go out their way to cancel people, and he just a part of that, right? And he's apologized and said whatever, but you know, what Cool always say, follow the money, and the rest will follow, right? And that's what's happening to the baby right now. We live in a 30-second culture, so he'll bounce back from this. It's just his time, right? R. Kelly get out of jail, he's gonna fucking sell 1 million records. So I'm just saying, just kind of perspective.
Wow, that was.
Why
you don't think that's true?
I don't know.
You bugging.
I'm not buying it.
I know what he's saying though. Like at the end of the day, I'll say this.
He got caught again. The motherfucker who was outside the jail rooting for him got caught up in his web. Like, bro. You don't think people streaming his music just because you ain't?
Your
I'm
fan
pretty
base
sure they
is your
are.
fan base.
You see it?
Sometimes
Right,
they're
yeah.
gonna deitize you so much that you
Yeah.
don't really get canceled. And I
Right.
think that's Rail's point,
Yeah.
regardless. Like is
Exactly.
R. Kelly getting out of prison? Not according to what I've read. Like I think he's going under the jail. But if he actually got out, you know what I'm saying? I don't even now, even with him being in, I don't think he loses his core fan base. And they don't need to be judged upon that. That's them. Let the law do what the law
They
does.
said the same thing about Bill though. It was like Bill ain't ever getting out.
Yo,
And,
first
you
of
know
all,
what I'm saying?
Bill still had money. R. Kelly don't got no bread. He ain't got no
Well,
lawyer
Bill
money.
Cosby
Only
was
thing he
never
needs
really
only
supposed
he
to go
needs
to
to do,
prison.
as Iceberg said, is get out and say, "My
He
mind
needs
telling me
lawyers.
no."
He need lawyers, bruh. How you going?
No, but listen, Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I ain't mean to go there. I'm
legally-
just saying. Yeah, legally, you shouldn't have went.
Bill
Jay is
Cosby
rooting for
legally
everybody
wasn't supposed to go.
who's. I don't know, Jay.
Hey, but can I say something about the baby point that I
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
brings
Yeah,
up?
we get back to that. Let's go.
I have, so y'all know I tap into the culture. You know what I'm saying? I look at academics page. I look at Say Cheese Digital. I look at Stay Down Productions. I look at all the things that are, you know, a little more vibrant, that's spreading, you know, out to more people. And the interesting conversation is the pushback of feeling as though that thin line of acceptance and promotion is being broken. And I think that is a very interesting conversation. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. You know, I don't think there should be any disrespect for what somebody wants to do and how they live their life on their personal time. I really don't. It's not my business. In fact, I was all about, you know, gay marriage. Like if you love someone and you want to be with someone, and you want to take the benefits and the headaches of being fucking married, because for the most part, sometimes it's stuck. No, but anyways, like I'm just saying, like, you know, if you want to be married 30 years and shit like that, go through the pain and struggle, go ahead. I never have issue with that. But I do have issue when I'm looking at this cartoon with my child and I have a, you know, 2.5-year-old child, almost 3. We're, you know, very intelligent, and we're looking at programs so early on that involves things that is really inexplicable, such as 2 male zebras having children. Like, I get it, bro, but that's a little difficult for me to explain at this moment. So just as we can find what the baby did as offensive, I as a dad I can't even question that shit. Or else I am deemed as this person that's homophobic, that's transphobic, this, that, and the third. So be that as it may, that what homie said was probably offensive to those. And I would argue that it wasn't necessarily homophobic, but it was ignorant in understanding how HIV AIDS has affected the homosexual community. That's where his real ignorance really comes in. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think the conversation that is being had is one that's very interesting, because I think we've gotten here now. It's become such a thing that, you know, it was one thing where we were fighting for rights. But now I think we've gotten to an obvious promotion. And if you're not down with us, then you're canceled. I think that's how you get this pushback here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like for me, I never took. I think we all understood that what he was saying wasn't. I didn't take it as him being homophobic when he said it. I feel like he could be a whole lot. He didn't have to. It was a lot being. I mean, it was a lot to say. I guess. I mean, I feel like it could have been simpler. Growing up, it's a lot of things that, like, let's say, you know, when we were younger, you used the F word. You might call somebody I ain't gonna say the word, but you know, the F word. You know what I'm saying? And we don't mean it in the gay way when we say it. We're not calling somebody gay when we use that term, or we used to use that term, or whatever. But that's how it comes across, and I guess people that's not us look at it in a different way. Us is six guys in the podcast that get however many listens we get is nowhere near what the baby does. We're very aware of us having to watch what we say and how we go about doing things. We're talking about multi-million dollars, how much money behind them. Ain't nobody. Was this the first time he ever did this call and react thing? And nobody had the thought to say, you know what, it might not be the brightest idea to go about doing it that way. With millions and millions of dollars, the big machine, he's a crossover, he's pop, he's all this different stuff. Nobody thought that this wasn't a good idea. to use as part of
I
his
think
show.
he did it on
Seems
purpose.
crazy.
And
He did this on purpose, bro.
He lost his partnership with Boohoo Man too. The clothing. He had clothing coming too.
Yeah, he did this on purpose though. Even dropping the video, he dropped the video, his music video, like the same day or within the same time frame. So I think this is an obvious. There is some sort of protest. I feel that he is making it. Like I don't think this is. He knew that he's not an ignorant man, bro. He has a management staff. He has a staff. He has a whole production team. This dude is the way he is intricately with how he's doing his music and shit. I know this for a fact. This dude has a team. He has a squad. He has a lot of things that he understands. I feel like this is out of some sort of understanding that he has, and I think that he chose to do this. I don't think he's scared.
Do we think that it has? I think it has a short-term effect. I don't think it has a long-term effect on his career or anything. But I think right now he has lost, a couple. That's money out the pocket for real. The shows he lost. So
look at Tory Lanez. Look at that. Like, no, we thought Tory Lanez.
Hold on, but Tory Lanez, due to the situation, I bet Tory Lanez. If you ask Tory Lanez how much money he think he lost due to the situation, we talking about tens of millions of dollars. Do we not agree on that? Anybody?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Right. So end of the day, to prove a point,
but not done. There's a difference. Like
I said,
tens of millions of dollars don't hurt when you have 100.
But okay, but when Dave Chappelle was going through what Dave Chappelle was going through, you don't know that that's guaranteed. You don't know that that's success, so that's going to be there for you. There's no promise to that.
Well, hindsight is 2020, but Dave Chappelle also wasn't moving back to the projects in DC. Who gives a fuck?
True.
Like Dave Chappelle left rich, and when he went to Africa, he was rich, and when he wasn't doing shit, he was rich, and he also lived in a farm in Ohio where he was super rich. So what?
Right. He definitely make.
No, we're not talking about the comeback. I'm talking about when he left. He did not leave.
But there's irony in what you.
Well, he's even admitted that he wasn't in the best financial state.
But there's irony. You know what? His fight, Dave Chappelle's fight, at the end of the day, one was control, his ability to have the control over his product. Secondly, eventually, is being paid its true value. So the dichotomy here is the baby and Tory don't have to have that barrier because they have the leverage in the game, which is people who are speaking out and can tell you how they feel. So I don't have to go through CBS and get canceled when, guess what? I have 2 million fans over here, I'm just saying, who no matter what, they think that I'm everything. And they're going to feel this and they're going to help me push this message across. So at the end of the day, I can say what the fuck I want to say. I have to be careful. But
you think that's guaranteed? You think that's guaranteed every single? I don't know. And that's the risk you're taking. If you're fine with taking that risk, I respect it and I understand it. But that's not guaranteed to always be there on that side of whatever
it is
controversy. It's not guaranteed.
Media,
how many people have
social media platforms though?
Okay, but bro, have we not seen other people? Not necessarily. And Tory has taken a hit, and he's still in the mix of that. I don't think Tory is where he could be without this incident. So it is a hit. Who knows?
Why do you feel that way?
I agree with that way about
because it's money lost, bro. Listen, if
you keep saying money lost is money lost, but it's not a hit. Like that goes with everything in life. Do you think about
guaranteed,
bro? Do you think about the pair of shoes that you had that you don't have no more as a money loss thing today? I'm asking. Do you?
No, because I have.
No, because you have shoes.
All right, bro. That's like, listen. Okay, so listen. So listen. Let's say like every rapper that was hot when they went to jail and come home don't necessarily be hot when they come home, right?
Bobby Shmurda.
I said okay, but how many people have went to jail and not been hot when they came home or not had the opportunity to?
But do you know the difference? Social media. Okay, so again, like, and I don't want to go back to
this nigga not that talented though. Like he not that talented.
Who's not that talented?
The baby, like he not that talented for you to be taking no hit. Like,
and hold on, do we? Okay, let me ask y'all this. Hold on. Let me ask y'all this. When we talk about some of the best guys out here right now, the Drakes,
right,
Lil Babies, whatever. Do you put the baby? Is baby career? Listen, is baby? Hold on. Is baby career a Ja Rule couple years run, or is it 2029,
I think the
2030, we'll still be
baby.
talking about it.
Listen to
He
this.
peaked. The
And,
baby
and
peaked
these are
already.
facts. But no, he didn't. Because listen. Let's say they peak. It doesn't matter because the market. Remember, we had this art conversation and how art goes over time and all that shit. It also affects business because now your listening audience and range has expanded and your mediums have expanded. So let's say I do peak. I can still have 150,000 followers on Instagram. I can have across my platforms, let's just say 500,000 others to 1 million people,
Yeah, but we
and have a
That
base
don't make
that's-
sense. That equal money.
But Juice,
No,
it's
no,
already
it
been
does.
proven. But hear me out.
That
Juice.
money
Instagram
is- go
followers
ahead.
equal money.
Juice.
Instagram
It's already
followers
been
equal
proven.
money. Yes,
Yes, it
lots
does.
of it.
No,
Yes.
fuck no.
Bro, listen,
Yeah.
dead
Are
serious.
y'all crazy?
Yeah, y'all tripping.
Instagram
Bro,
followers
listen,
equals money.
listen.
I literally
Especially if you
work
got
in
the blue
digital marketing. I
Yes,
don't
it
know
does.
what
Blue
y'all
check.
talking about.
You good. You get that blue
Yo,
check.
That mean you're going to sell records because of how many people are on your.
That's not what
No,
we say.
no.
You keep saying sell records.
Okay,
that's,
okay,
that's
can
a
I
different
explain it?
conversation.
Can I
Go ahead,
Okay,
Juice.
so
Let me
what are we
explain it.
talking about when you say
Go
that?
ahead, Juice.
Okay, so I want to
the
also piggyback off.
the baby doesn't provide content on his fucking like his social media platforms. He's an artist. Like he's not a fucking TikToker.
Yo, you are fucking tripping,
Hold
Jordan.
on. Yeah.
You
Let
tripping.
me explain. Please let me explain.
All right,
So
look,
what?
hey, Flush, we gonna pin this for a year from now. We gonna bring up the baby and we gonna
Okay.
find out where the fuck he
Yeah.
at.
Okay, so let
Well,
me
let Juice
give
cook.
you a prime example. And this is why I'm gonna bring up all these hip hop albums, because the one thing that we have that we did not have back then were the platforms we have today, where we can simultaneously take in things and have our own opinion about it, and the freedom to do that. So let me give you a prime example of somebody like a Beat King. Beat King had been putting out records, bro, since fucking probably 2008, 9. I mean, he was kind of, there's a group of artists that were out when Drake came down here and got on, bro. Like that were pumping out great music. But because of certain barriers, you just don't get that wide range spread. Okay. That's something that Nipsey talks about, hacking, how you can really do this shit on your own due to the internet. So you take a guy like Beat King who's been doing his thing, but by staying consistent in how he can get this shit out and understanding his audience, look at what the fuck he's doing. And TikTok helps him with that. And
Who is
Drake.
Beat King? I don't even know who he is.
Okay,
Right,
so that's my point. And that there is my point right there, is that you don't even have to know who some of these people are, but the leverage they have in their niche market, a group of people, will help them be successful in a way that artists hadn't. So even if the baby peaks, as you say, he can still go along through certain mediums, even every once in a while, popping up and creating a hit again. He can do that in the age.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna give you somebody right now.
Soldier Boy.
Ready?
That's powerful.
I'm gonna give you this.
Soulja
Right?
Boy, great.
Look at an
example.
artist like Plies. Look at Plies, right? Plies got Instagram. Plies got the Instagram follows and everything, right? So he comes up with a phrase, or he may come out with a video, and from that he will come out just like you said. He'll drop a single, right? So that single will go. Hold on.
But the single be mid. The music be mid.
Yo, listen, Plies had a run a couple years ago when everything he was putting out on social media was.
But I'm saying,
so hold on, are you saying the baby? I wouldn't compare. I haven't seen the baby.
I'm not saying that Flush, but I'm just going off the IG from that IG aspect.
But the music is phony though.
Doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you that money, right?
But
so
Plies
he has those follows, right?
Plies give you
got that blue check.
I give you that. He give you that personality, which works on social media. I don't.
You
the baby, but the baby don't do that, do it?
You don't need music. You just need ran down on the plug twice. That's
right.
it.
But I know, but do the baby don't do that kind of stuff.
He
baby
does. You wrong. I've been saying that for the past 10 minutes. I've been saying it for the past 10 minutes. You're wrong.
So what has he did that was like I don't.
Bro, he had the whole goddamn world buzzing when he was talking and rolled up on goddamn Raven Simone last year. Right? The whole thing with the snacks and the money was a big deal. 250,000 IG followers is money in any
I never seen that, bro. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. I never seen the video.
250,000 followers is money.
I never seen one.
If brothers
I don't know anything
talking
outside
shit,
of Suge, but I do understand digital marketing. I can tell you that.
If brothers talking shit,
No, I get
podcast,
that. But the
we had an
music
Instagram and we blue check. We getting the check with that, right? So we gonna have.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying is, I didn't
say
say
music, Jordan. I don't know anything outside of Suge. That's my point. I don't know nothing. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you with the music being funny, but that don't mean nothing.
Listen, we're not talking about. Hold on.
It's nothing to do with the checks that you cash.
The question I asked was, when we look at it in 2029, just like when will we be looking at the baby as being one of the he's a guy. He's one of them guys.
The baby
will baby gonna be there. So what?
Listen,
no, bro. I'm just asking.
But listen, he will still be in a position that you never saw your favorite rappers be in. Let's be real. He will still be in a position 100%. Financially, from the business,
right. They won't be broke
because he a pop star.
They won't be Graham. They won't be Melly them though. Like I mean, not no disrespect.
He's a pop star, right?
That's two different. That's two different conversations. That's two different conversations. So
it's really the same conversation because it's about the business.
Know what he is?
It's about the business of this. That's
but my point.
Little Boosie never went anywhere because he managed to understand how the internet went. Now that nigga's a major factor in the game, bro. This shit is crazy. You've never seen that
major factor in the game as far as what?
He don't make no music.
Right, his videos, right? Not musically, just what he.
It's not about
the music.
The music.
Nobody's talking about
the
music.
Invite. Listen, the music is the invite.
Right.
Are y'all comparing the baby to him? Because I've seen Little Boosie stuff. I've never seen the baby.
Hold on. I got a question. So is the goal in this? Is the goal in this to? And I could be wrong, right? So the goal is to be Jay-Z or on Drake level still, or is it just I just need to make money for my family like consistently, and I'm gonna make a couple YouTube videos or TikTok videos?
The goal might be to make money for my family. It like when you say Jay-Z, it's three of them.
No. It's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm asking because I'm completely perplexed by this conversation because I'm like, wait a second. Are we saying that these guys are going to be relevant because they're able to earn for their family, which I don't have a problem with.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But my question was musically.
I
don't listen to the baby. Why are y'all talking to me about music?
Because that's the first question I asked. I said, is he a guy who's
very possible?
Listen, I said, is he going to be a guy who has like a 3-year?
It's possible.
What am I asking, Juice?
My bad. Go ahead, Flesh.
I said, is he going to be a guy who's going to have like a 3-year run like a Ja did? Whereas though, and then after that, is it going to be a phase?
I'm not even talking to you about a 3-year
I didn't ask you. I'm asking you a question.
Ja Rule, 3-year run? Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm just saying, he had a long year running that. But is he going to be is he going to be a gimmick guy who has a couple years and then musically?
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
That's
what we're trying to say.
Yes or no? I didn't ask you yes or no.
Yes, that's the answer to your question. But I also feel that way about Uzi. I also feel that way about the baby. I also feel that way about Lil Baby and any other motherfucker you about to goddamn say right now. You think that Lil Baby is on Drake level?
You don't listen.
Or Kendrick or Cole?
You don't listen. You ain't been listening.
Hey, let me tell you something.
You ain't been listening.
We can mark this when I said it was 9:59 for motherfucking goddamn Young M.A. We can mark this when I said it was 9:59 for
whoever
motherfucking
said Young M.A. was going to be.
Let me tell you like this. 7 minutes and 45 fucking seconds for Lil Baby.
Man, nobody never said that about no Young M.A. Nobody was like Young M.A. one.
We talked about it. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody saying you said it. We did. We talking about it being cold out here.
I ain't never listened to no fucking Young M.A.
I didn't say you did. I said we talked about it. It's not
to you. Support you. Can I publicly support what you're saying? I want to support what I want to support what Real is saying real quick, and then I'll pipe it down because I know I got it. Hey, listen.
You back there? You back there again?
Die
on that hill. Die on that hill, Iceberg. No matter of fact, die on that iceberg. Die on that iceberg.
Oh, look at him.
Right. Oh, you get back in the booth, huh?
Bars.
Hey,
Go ahead, Juice.
the only thing that I can say that would prove what Iceberg is saying would be time. And that's what goes back to Good Kid, Mad City conversation. Because it's like this. I can recognize for the time that all these guys that you named, everybody, that they're super dope. Hold on, listen what I'm saying. They're super dope. I think they're amazing. I think Lil Baby's, I think he's amazing. I think Megan's amazing. I believe that.
I got a question. Juice, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Megan's amazing.
I got a question.
Hold on,
Flush. I got a question.
Let me finish this, Jordan, before you ask that.
Go ahead. Juice. Go ahead.
I was gonna say due to time, we really don't know, because where are they going to be innovative at? What are they going to shift? I have a name of a guy who I feel is on his way to doing that. I have a guy who
he from Houston.
No, he's not. Okay. He's from Baton Rouge. He's from Baton Rouge.
I got a question.
NBA.
So Juice, you said
he gotta get out of jail first.
So you said, yeah, I can't. We can't. We can't trust him. Free. Yeah. So you said Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn literally won a Pulitzer Prize.
I fucking love Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
Hated it.
That's not even his best.
Come on, fucking.
What are we talking about?
But listen, and listen, I can make arguments.
Juice, a Pulitzer, not like a Grammy.
I know
people who don't even listen to rap. Like, wait a second,
hold on. Can I ask a question?
It was like it's a work of art.
Does Kendrick have a social media?
No, yes, he does, but he's off the grid for some reason, and I'm weirded out about it now. Because when I really go through his shit, okay, so Jordan, listen. Let's also name this fact. All three of those albums are on the Rolling Stones top 500.
And Good Kid, if like I'm a music head just like you. You're a nerd.
Yes.
Right? In my personal opinion, Good Kid is a knockoff of Doggy Style.
Okay, okay. So Jordan, you're being a little unfair. I'm gonna tell you why you're being unfair.
And Doggy Style is better.
Okay, but listen, I'm gonna tell you two reasons why I think you're being unfair. First off, Jordan, that's an unfair statement, and I know where you're going with that, because Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, no, because I know exactly where he's going with that. And I broke that down. I broke that down to a T on production, influence, where a lot of that shit came from. We can even get into some of the early Houston influence on the West, even though the West had a big influence on us. West Coast music had the biggest influence on, like, if you listen to old DJ Screw records, that's how I found out about Spice One. That's how I found out about a lot of these people, okay? So there's a lot of different things in Kendrick's music, even up to the Screw voice. Like, there's a lot of different influences in there, yes. The Chronic did that to us all, bro. UGK even talks about, Pimp C talks about, that's what we listen and where we're at. So that's why I said that statement's unfair, Jordan, because and
I got a hot take too while we here. Don't keep in mind I love Kendrick, but I'm gonna give you a hot take.
Okay, but okay, go ahead. I want the hot take.
If y'all ever want to talk about how much I ain't gonna say he stole, but I'm not gonna say he stole a lot of Eminem and Lil Wayne's flows. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But they're top 5 artists. You're talking about people who I'll say Jeezy too. There's some, as far as like that trap shit, Jeezy has a lot, like a lot of niggas. Rick Ross, that's why Rick Ross is up there, because them niggas influenced. Rick Ross is kind of, I think, a big influence on your currencies too. If you really want to be honest, if you go back and look through, you know what I'm saying? Like, currency coming in the game makes a lot. 2010 is ridiculous, bro. From 2010 on out, music gets dumb, dog. Music gets retarded. But once you get to like Good Kid, Mad City, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, Jordan, you are correct. You know, there is some Doggy Style, there's some Chronic in there. That's duh. But the way he does it and the impact it goes on to make, we haven't seen an album like that yet. We haven't seen one that morphs over time. The shelf life is really good. He's doing things. Yeah, he's taking from Eminem. He says he's an Eminem fan, bro. He likes shit like that. He like Wayne and them, they was rapping their ass off. But he comes and he gives that shit some bounce. I feel there's a certain
he still
way
rap
he
his
does
ass
it.
off too, though.
No, he's nice.
Kendrick is definitely
Oh,
giving that bag.
yes.
Nah, that was
How
no
y'all know
question.
Kendrick can still rap his ass off? How y'all
Hey,
know?
yo, listen, right? I know.
No,
listen.
how y'all know? How y'all know?
What you mean? How you know?
How you know?
Hey, Rel.
It's freestyles online.
How you
Hey,
know?
Iceberg, I wanted to know when you was going to unload that clip because we had this conversation recently.
What you mean? How? I've heard the freestyles.
What freestyle?
Hey, he got to catch up. He got to
I
catch
gotta
up
pull
to
them
the
up. I
boy.
send them to you.
The boy got him by.
Are you about to give me some old freestyles?
The
Oh,
boy got him by.
You saying he can't rap no
You
more?
said Kendrick's still nice. I said, how you know? That's my question.
The boy
Because ain't no way he not. When you that, when you listen,
is Jay-Z still nice?
Yes.
No.
So Jay-Z has it. Oh, does that mean Kanye is still nice?
No.
I'm confused.
Kanye ain't his pen. Whose pen is with it? It's different. Whose pen is involved?
I think them bars.
Motherfucker who been gone for 4 years, y'all talk about still nice.
Hey,
yes, guess what? Some things you just don't forget. Some things you just don't forget.
The boy got Kendrick by 2 albums right now. It's 2-0.
You're talking about some Kanye still nice. You
I'm
still on that
question?
Die on that iceberg.
I'm always going down the Kanye hill. What you say?
No, on the iceberg.
That's fine. I'm just saying that boy did nice from 10 years.
He is.
from 10 years ago. Juice out here talking about an album that's 9 years old is the greatest album of all time. We can't never take 2 weeks off again because this is some bullshit.
Hey, what are you hearing? Right? A lot of what you're hearing in pop music.
Ain't no way.
Yo, listen,
a lot of what you're hearing in pop music, bro, as far as production, cadence, a lot of that shit. Yeah, like after that, that's what you're getting. Like Drake has a big influence. Kanye, you're hearing this stuff. This stuff has filtered out. That's why I'm telling you, like,
since we in the Kanye space.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's get to it.
The fuck is he doing?
He's making art, man, and we should respect
him. He's making art. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Hey, JB, me and you listen. We the tag team champs. Pause. We not letting this shit ride. Hey, JB, what the fuck they talking about?
Man, I don't know.
He making art.
Listen, who else could have done that? What other
done what? What did he do, Juice?
Yo,
got a bunch
what are you watching, yo?
What did he do? He came with a fucking. What, he's gonna rob somebody?
I'm confused about what you seeing.
What are you? Tell me what you're seeing. I guarantee you, gonna be a
I seen a man who decided to put out an album and have a listening party in a whole NFL stadium and say, "Yo, my album's not done," and he did it again 3 weeks later. And he about to sell it out again, and he gonna put an album out again.
And if it's poop juice, it don't fucking matter.
Isn't it all poop juice until we say it ain't? Ain't it?
Yep.
That was the basic.
You're not going to let that. I'm not going to let that ride. No, the blueprint was never poop. The blueprint was never poop juice. Never.
Why are you bringing up Jay-Z? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Because you ride for Kanye in the last 2.
Compared to Kanye. I'm talking about Kanye West compared to Kanye West.
And what was the last shit?
I'm talking about when 808s was different. I'm talking about when Graduation was different.
That's old. Hold on. Hey, Juice. He just tell you talking about an album how long ago?
When Life of Pablo was different.
You talking about it?
I'm talking about totality. What are you talking about? I'm answering your question.
So the shit he put out with Kid Cudi was a classic, then, right?
No.
What about the shit before? What about the shit before that?
No, I hate it.
Okay, 2 duds in a row. I don't want to hear about. You just told Juice. Don't talk about 2 duds in a row. I don't want to hear about 808s.
Hey, but what's a dud?
I don't want to fucking hear about it
today.
Jay, we not going 2 duds in
is a masterpiece tomorrow.
Shit,
that's what I'm trying to say.
What are you talking about?
Says time.
Bro,
time.
He got 2 duds. The Ye album and the KNC Ghost, right?
It's dropping. Before
when? Before that was Life of Pablo. Was Life of Pablo poop juice?
Yes, it was all right. It was all right.
It was
okay.
Let me ask y'all this.
Listen, in the okay with the O and the K, you don't even get the AY. It's just okay. That's it.
You get the O.
Damn.
How do you feel about Tyler the Creator?
That shit was hot. That album he put out. You fucking you ain't listen.
That's the best. That's the best.
What are you talking? I'm laughing at you talking about it was hot. Yo, I'm not here to oppose you. Why you
Tyler? Listen, dog. Listen. That's another one of my points is that we be talking about a lot of shit, but we really don't be talking about nothing.
What do you
because
mean?
you got a
As
guy
artists?
like Tyler the Creator.
As
Yes,
rappers,
bro.
You gotta be more
as-
specific when you say that.
I'm talking about as like the conversation, not just here but everywhere. When a lot of us get in the room, we start talking about a bunch of shit, but not understanding how this art should go. Because like Kanye, go ahead.
They don't listen to music no more, bro.
It's all
about the beat. If the beat rock, they don't care what you're saying on it. I want to hear what you're talking about. I want to hear you really rap. It seems to me that's what we're talking about. Tyler the Creator is really rapping on that album right now. My young boys tell me all the time, "Yo, man, don't nobody want to hear that them bars. No one want to hear nobody rapping." Tyler the Creator is rapping on that shit. They don't. Oh, we don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear, and it's the Migos' fault. Can we address that?
But the Migos, I'm
not saying I got hate on them, but they do what they do, and it was everybody trying to be the next Migos.
But they can rap. Some people don't understand that the insertion of flow, the insertion of cadence, it's like jazz, bro. This is jazz.
You said Migos took over for Travis Porter.
No, listen. You said that the problem is the conversation. We're not having the right conversation because people aren't listening. So what people are you referring to that aren't listening? Why aren't they listening? Well,
I'm talking about I'm saying like when we start discussing art and how things change, I think because we live in such a content creative world, we're missing a lot of shit. We don't even understand. Like when we look at this time from if somebody were to come and study this, they'll pick out what they think are masterpieces. They will pick out what they think stood the test of time because that's art. It's a lot of shit we're gonna miss. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to really, you have to sometimes look at certain projects and see where the things change. How does it age? If you put it in the tape deck right now, how is it gonna match? That's how people stay great. So it's like at the end.
Let's go back to this question. I've asked this question before. Let's go back to it. Before we used to sit with albums. We don't sit with music no more.
We don't
to get it. You
can't
because there's so much going on, right? Like
so much.
Even with the Tyler, and the Tyler was great. I need to go back to it. And bro, Iceberg said what he want to say. I need to go back to Lil Baby. I need to go back and listen to that again because I listened to it for a week and it was my shit. And I took what I wanted to take off of there and put it on my playlist. And I haven't been back to it when before you had the CD case and you kind of had to listen to that CD when you put it in. So,
but I think we're having a Lil Baby, Lil Durk overload. So some of that stuff you may pass on, you may go back to. I mean, I think they're doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk, obviously.
But like you said, what's the name, man? We just talking about. I can't think of Tyler the Creator. I love that album, but I haven't been back to it in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Where before, when you got the blueprint, you played it for months.
Different times, bro. Different times.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like to what Juice was saying about, and if you're looking for any current events shit this week, I hope you know and I hope y'all enjoying this. We just in a great space doing some other shit. But what Juice is saying is basically people aren't taking it in. Is it because there's so much going on, or is it the fact that when you had to listen to a CD more than you got more choices? It's so easier to get to another space. Listen to every time something come out on Friday, you on it. You couldn't buy every CD that came out. You know what I mean? When shit dropped.
That's why people are even going back. Like when you have something like TikTok, where something can go viral because of a dance, but they may have used a song from the fucking 90s, and now that becomes a trend, and now that's resurfacing. So you have artists that are coming back like, damn, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking my shit again. So it's like, bro, we are now again, we're so connected that we can look at the library and be like, I didn't know about this music. We can look at the time, like as a culture, as a people together, and say, oh, okay, we're gonna look at this and say this. All the while, new shit is still coming out. You've never seen no shit like that. That's ridiculous.
Right, like I listen to Snow Allegra. Like Joe been talking about Snow Allegra. Joe been talking about Snow Allegra forever. Her album drop. I listened to it. You know what I mean? Like, but it was, there's so much that's going on, and that's another thing. Like I took what I want to take off of there, and then I kind of move on from it.
And I also argue that SZA is the reason why you have what you have in female R&B. But that's a whole another.
Now that's another one. I got 5 years. Now remember that's the rule. I got 5 years to get back to it. I ain't on the SZA train yet. I gotta do that. Don't I?
You not on control?
I've heard the singles and stuff, but I never really listened to an album. I got 5 years, bro. I got 5 years to do it. If Juice can go back and listen to Mad City.
Hey, Let me tell you who you need to go fuck with. And I'm going to even throw Thundercat out there. But you definitely need to go listen to SZA Control because...
Somebody put me on Thundercat. Is he my father-in-law put me on him.
To Pimp a Butterfly, he has a lot to do with that production.
My father-in-law put me on him a couple years ago. I listened to some of his stuff.
But SZA Control, bro, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of these projects, you got to really just be in the know. You got to be tapped in and into this shit to say it like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like, this is some crazy shit. Even, West Side Gun and them, like, I think that shit is, it's art. It's fine art.
I love where we at, right? I know this isn't a safe space, but I'm here, right? So as I told y'all, first of all, let me tell you two stories. So the first story is, right, my dog, I got a dog, Charlie, little Shih Tzu or whatever. So we haven't got her fixed yet. So she go through a period or whatever. So I'm sitting here getting ready for the pod, and my wife comes and she's like, "Oh, babe, Charlie's bleeding all over her. She's in her cage." Like, I had let her out. And she was out, but then she just ran. She don't ever be in her cage. So she in her cage. So she's like, "Babe, it's all this blood in there. Oh my God, it's all this blood." Come. So I'm like, "Yo, if it's blood right there, what the hell? Me coming over there going to change?" But I get up. I take Charlie out the cage. She growls. She'll never growl. So Charlie growls, and then all of a sudden, something red like falls out of her ass. Right? It's a fucking strawberry. But that shit was like the most scariest shit in the fucking. What the fuck is that? And that's why she was in the cage, because the strawberry fell. But she think I'm going to save the fucking day. So that happened. So then I told y'all I'm on this. Am I here? Or y'all ain't moving.
We listen to the bullshit you talking about.
Listen, bro. Listen. No, listen.
Nasty, funny.
Listen, though, it was a strawberry though, but I was scared as shit when that shit fell out because it was
you
like
got a vomit button. That was disgusting. Like,
it was down. No, it was a strawberry that she found on the kids had strawberries for a snack, and she picked it up and took it in her cage. And was in her cage with it. When I grabbed it and pulled her out, it fell, and my wife saying it's blood. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? And it was a fucking strawberry. So I told you.
Was that the punchline?
Yeah, because she was hyping shit. And it was a fucking strawberry.
All right. Yeah, moving on to the next story, guys. Come on.
So, you know what? I don't feel appreciated. So I told y'all I ain't drinking. I'm drinking water, right? So because my wife got me on this cleanse, right? So I'm on this cleanse. I ain't ate nothing all day, bro. Nothing. I ain't eat nothing all day. I'm on a podcast with y'all drinking my water. She texts me talking about something. "Babe, I had to do it. I'm eating a pretzel." Hey, that's some bullshit. After you got me on the cleanse all day, not eating anything. My bad, yo. I just needed to get that. You know what? Fuck it. Talk about fucking Mad City. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm done.
Is that why you've been so angry today and feeling so attacked?
I'm like that when I drink and I'm full off of
drinking water. Yeah,
listen,
like, yo,
if I had spaghetti and fucking Jameson, I would still be that way. That's just how I live my life.
Nah, you just a little extra spicy today, yo.
Jameson.
You've been definitely standing on your little the baby shit. I'm just saying, dog.
That's fine.
I give you a hug. God bless you and all your endeavors.
Yo, don't be that guy. Like, listen.
You just said that's fine, which was my shit.
That is
and you stole it.
Right, but no, that's like when somebody, when I borrow something from your closet, then I wear it around you, like, it's my shit.
Shout
that's
out
how
to
that's fine is. Yeah, shout out to Jay Weezy. Is there anything current event wise y'all want to get into? We ain't really dropped no current events, but is there anything to? Oh, you want to go into the top 5 thing, Juice, right? The top 5 changing thing?
I mean, we could, it's a lot of, bro, it's so many things that we could go over. It's really up to y'all. But yeah, the only reason why I thought of this top 5 thing, and I really just kind of went down the rabbit hole, and maybe that's what sparked this conversation, is, the talk of, I guess, Jamel Hill speaking on the last, one of the last episodes of what was it?
The Shop.
That's LeBron's show, The Shop, and which is an amazing show, by the way. If nobody's seen it, nobody's go through and watch the episode.
Oh, Tom Brady! I love Tom Brady last episode too.
It's an amazing it's an amazing show. But basically, she's saying that much like the athletic conversation, over time these things will change. Biggie and Pac may not be in the top 5. They may, eventually be out of it. Some people, it's hard to really keep them there now, just because of, again, like I said, art changes. We look at art differently. We look at, numbers differently, data. There's certain things we just look at and can kind of just, argue. So it's gonna change. And when I really thought about it, and I just had to kind of make my list and just think about, set some standards up that I felt like were pretty solid.
So
she's right.
Do you feel like that's the list you made was the top 5 rappers alive, or just your favorite top 5?
No, I believe that if we're really gonna set some real guidelines.
And what guidelines did you set?
Okay, so I'm thinking of time and rate. Hey, I'm thinking about how long you've been here. How long you've been here? Okay, your influence, your jam ability, your rapping. Are you rapping? Are you rapping? Are people influenced by your rapping? I think we forget that, because when we go back and say shit like Rakim is what he is, because really Rakim made the flow smooth. He changed up the flow. It wasn't hard and harsh. So niggas like Rakim, yeah, you better understand that about this shit. We get, again, art changing. It's like jazz. People pick up their instrument and it develops over time. So like when you really just set it in, I feel like, damn, you gotta look at it. Even if I go to like my number 5 spot, which is Rick Ross, I mean, you gonna get Meek Mill out of that. You get the Meek Mill, you get the Wale Sally, you get that. There's a lot of little.
So that goes.
They have their own little coaching trees too.
That goes into what makes. I don't know. I just feel like I'm to the point when it comes to this best rappers thing, it's more of your favorite rappers, and I feel like it's 30 guys that you can probably make an argument for in the history of rap being in the top 5. But I think we should really. Your favorites hadn't done some of the things like Drake. If you go type in right now, most streamed Spotify artist, nigga, Drake's there. Like if you go, I can dig that, but see, your vision,
Jay-Z.
But listen, like you said, your set of rules for a top 5 is different than my set of rules for a top 5. Because the most important thing, I ain't really got an issue with your top 5. Like those are all 5 guys who I like. But for me, what goes into a top 5 most important, like what was most important to you might not be most important to me. What's most important to me is just bars, your rap, your flow, no corny shit, just the shit you say. That's the most important thing.
Who's really outbarring Drake, if we're being honest?
That's the thing, Juice, though. You gotta think about it, right? I didn't get into Drake.
I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm not gonna do this with you.
I didn't get into Drake till late. I didn't get into Drake until Iceberg put me on Drake. And that was whatever album
that wasn't
Pound Cake came on.
Yeah, that wasn't too late. It wasn't as late as me.
No, I'm saying, but that's when I came on. So Drake wouldn't be in my numbers, even with his album sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that being, is he a great artist? Yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
So we don't think he's a great rapper.
He's a great rapper, but there's a lot of great rappers. I mean, he can make a song and he can do way more than just rap. So that's what makes him the success. And
I don't think you find a lot of niggas that's got better bars than Drake. Straight up.
Right now, rapping on the track right now, just rapping, no hooks, no nothing, 16 bars. I can think of a couple.
Give me Fab.
Okay.
Give me Kiss.
Rapping, Juice. Listen, Juice. We talking about bars, and I wouldn't even say them. I wouldn't even say them. Give me Benny. Give me Benny and give me Benny and
okay. He's aware of
give me Conway.
So I'm not mad at that.
Just rapping.
Hey, no. Hey, listen. He's aware, so he's so tapped in that he knows what you and I know, that you're actually correct.
He knows he better get on the good side. He knows he better. Yeah.
But he be rapping too. So that's what I'm saying. Like
I never said he don't rap. I don't think there's just being a rapper, not being an artist, not being a songwriter, just rapping. I don't think he stands alone in no space. I don't think that.
I think he can.
I don't think.
Okay, Eminem.
I don't think
who?
Just rapping. Just rapping.
Hey, I don't ride around jamming Eminem. Listen,
no, but see,
I know he can rap.
See, we're not talking about the jam.
But listen, I'm saying that in order to define these spaces and call someone great, we really got to look at a lot of different shit outside.
But you know, Juice. That's but listen,
are rappers.
No, listen. I acknowledge that. I just said, yo, what he can do, oh, he's great beyond rappers. But we was just talking about rappers. We were just in that space. We wasn't in with you, the other stuff. We talking about just rapping. 16 bars. Yo, did you hear what he just said?
I think Drake.
Hold on. Hold on. So Drake rap better than Black Thought?
I don't think there's many that rap
answer my question.
Dude, answer the question.
Do Drake rap better than
hold on. Do Drake rap better than Royce?
I don't think he
asked you a question,
better.
Juice.
Listen, I don't think he raps better, but I do think
he's
he can hold his
avoiding.
own. He can hold his own with these guys enough to the point to where you be like, damn.
I'm just saying, you saying like it's a wide gap.
We're talking, but listen, no. Again, there are people that don't bring these guys up either. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking in terms of just the spectrum, and we're talking about the greatest. Like, there's a reason. Like, when you start talking about rappers, singular rappers, okay, yes, Royce is Lupe. These niggas God level. These are God level
aliens.
MCs.
Fucking
They're aliens.
Yeah.
Right. But don't get it fucked. Again, that's why I say we have to really make it definitive on these spots and what these people have done. Because if we just going throughout the rappers, yeah, bro, we're gonna run into some tight spaces. But niggas be acting like Drake don't be rapping like that.
No, this is what I'm saying. Drake
he's
rap.
studying
Drake
those
rap.
niggas.
Do Drake say something that 6 months down the road you finally catch it like, oh shit, I ain't know people said that.
Yes.
Yeah, he does, dog.
100%.
He says a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
Go jam that care package. Jam that care package.
I love that care package. I love that care package.
Like that boy be rapping.
No, and listen. Oh, especially that. What's the shit with him and Ross? Yo, that's some of the best work. That's some of the best work he put in. On some, that's some of the best. That's some of if I was to throw something out there like, yo, yeah, he getting busy.
He's been doing that for like 12 years though. He did that shit on goddamn going.
That was busy. That was busy.
He did that journal so far
busy on So Far Gone. And you know what? I don't think
I just see my next girl standing in my ex girl.
I know that.
I'm talking about, bro.
That's not as busy as he got us on that.
Bro, I'm talking about 10 years ago. That was getting busy.
No, not like he getting busy. I feel like, and one thing I can give you, he's getting
better.
Big
Sean in there
he's
too,
getting
though.
better. He's getting better.
He's getting better.
And shit can get weird from a small town. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Drake getting better with he getting better with the bars. He getting better with the bars.
Let me ask the group this. Now, I'm gonna kind of switch it real quick.
You never seen old niggas do that, but go ahead.
Do what?
Morph like that. You never seen that.
That's true.
Kumo D wasn't fucking going hard at 34, 35 years old. You ain't see that. Them dudes wasn't going. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we're gonna look back
it wasn't nothing
and be like, damn.
All right, so
that's why we treat LeBron like that.
Let Jay, because I want to let Jay get his shit off. Because I got a sports question for you. I've been meaning to ask you the whole time.
Okay, go ahead,
Jay.
So because you just asked, is anything else, right? So I'm just you gonna give your answer, not nothing else, right?
Who you talking to?
Dipset, everybody.
Okay.
Dipset, locked tomorrow. Who you got?
I'm just going to enjoy it. You know where I stand. No, I don't have to answer. Do I have to answer?
Dipset or locked?
Do I have to answer?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Jay. LOX.
Thank you.
Or locks.
Next.
Yeah. I'm going with locks too, to be honest.
Iceberg.
Dipset.
Cool.
I'm going with Dipset and the upset.
I don't think it's an upset if they win, though. I don't.
Stand on your motherfucking iceberg, flush man.
No, listen. I'm standing on my. I said the locks, but if Dipset win, it's not a upset.
Nah, you'll get that.
I got more respect for Dipset to say they upset.
Nah,
I do.
I'm going with the locks. And this versus is brought to you by Timberland.
Yo, listen though, real quick though. Now let's go back to this because you've been saying that basically with hip hop, okay, it starts and then it gets greater and it gets greater and it gets greater. It does that stand for basketball when we talk about because the MJ thing, MJ is the best thing that's ever lived, and there was nothing like MJ. There'll never be another MJ. Does your theory also cross over to sports, or is this just the music, Juice?
Yes, and so I'm gonna say something. I just want everybody to know this is Boy Judatron guy. I'm gonna say something right now. Is might hurt some people's feelings. I don't really care, Yes, it does stand, and this is why you really can begin to have a definitive argument on why LeBron James is the GOAT. You can start to have these conversations, even though I'll say this, it is difficult due to some exceptions. There's a lot of different arguments that people will apply, but if we're going to really say, we're going to apply this across the board, you can, because I'll give you the one example that people that really push for LeBron over those that push of us that have traditionally pushed for Jordan is they're going to talk about competition. So when we look at the competition during Jordan's day, even though Jordan across the board, I think is just iconic as a brand, that's what we see. But when we start talking about the game of basketball, athleticism really isn't there because we evolve as people. We get bigger, we get stronger, we get faster. So when you really look at the amount of competition that LeBron has to play in, yeah, nigga, I want two superstars with me too, because are you watching these niggas play basketball?
Before you go,
are you seeing the things?
Give me 20 seconds. Across the board, is LeBron James a better athlete than Michael Jordan?
Yes. Hell yes. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
That's not even
close. Without a shadow of a doubt.
It's not close.
LeBron is the greatest athlete. LeBron may be the greatest athlete to ever play in anything, because look at what he's like. Again, this is the Kool Moe Dee situation. This nigga's 36. We're looking at people like Tom Brady at 40 do things 44. That you never 44 that you like, what the fuck is that? Nigga, this a video game? You've never seen that type of shit.
But so see, the twist is though, Juice, a little bit. Now, Juice, what year were you born?
85.
Now, the greatest player to ever play basketball to me is Kobe Bean Bryant. But it goes back to, was you outside or was you watching? I'm not giving Mike no leeway, but there's something to you being 85, 91, 92. You was like 7 years old. You didn't know the vibe of what it was when Mike was doing what Mike was doing.
That's unfair to say, because I'll say this. So for just some reason, around that time with my cousins and shit, I watched basketball all the time. One of my dreams, I wanted to be a basketball player. I could damn near regurgitate the 93-94 season with the Rockets. That's why I stand up for them so much, on why I thought they were a great team and could potentially have that team could have potentially beat Jordan. I got to watch Jordan, and I really understand overall why he is my personal number one. It's so many elements to Jordan. But again, there's the physicality of Jordan prevents him. Okay, Kobe Bryant, he's top 3. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say LeBron, Jordan, Bean. And I also have gone on record of saying you can swap them out any way you want to. You can do whatever you want. You can make the argument of these guys. I'm just saying, if we're taking my theory and applying it here, and we really look at LeBron, we really look at the shit that he's doing, what he's done, not even just off the court. I'm talking about on the court, the shit that he gets to do at his age and where he could potentially continue to go. He's still a factor. It's like,
see, Juice, I love you.
Yeah.
But you implement, we just talking about between the lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where you seem to go, and I love you, but what else? We talking about just what's the measurements of the floor?
You talking about just basketball? You talking about just strictly basketball?
Just strictly basketball.
I think sometimes, like, okay, we're talking about somebody great, and who else? Like, do we feel like Kobe was as dominant as LeBron of the game of basketball?
I agree with you as far as, like you said, competition wise. Mike was the only one who could jump like that. Every two guard in the league, pretty much that's starting, is athletic. You get what I'm saying? So it takes more than
competition better than now, even from Kobe. It's better. Like, these guys are different.
Who? I would say Kobe had a better jump shot than MJ and LeBron. I would say Kobe had a better 3 than MJ and LeBron. Defensively, I think Kobe's a better defender than LeBron was.
That's not.
I'm
That's not news.
I'm just,
but he's saying that Kobe's in third.
I'm gonna say this, Flush. I'm gonna say this, Flush, and I'm 100% with you because I believe the best player ever was Kobe, right? So 1, LeBron, 2, Kobe, and 3 will be Jordan.
But I think we're missing the point here. It's like, okay, at this point, we can just argue our favorites, but we know who the fucking top 3 is. Can we say that? Can we say, hey, we don't really care what we can get into the Oscar Robertson conversation. We can get into all these different conversations, but we really know at the end of the day what the general consensus is and why. That's what I'm saying. And
who's the best argument? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like that's what it's gonna come down to a few. Everybody ain't going, bro. So it's like at the end of the day, we can say, okay, this is why. So to your point, even if we were to start at Jordan, the game of basketball had been out. You had a Wilt Chamberlain, you had a Dr. J, you had a, you know what I'm saying, George Gervin, you had other people who people were saying, Magic, hey, this is the guy. You had come on, Magic was a problem. Magic was a real problem. We forget that. He was he's fucking pushing point big. Come on, bro. He's a problem. But the game changed and elevated to even when they had to look and say, damn, this is fucking Michael. Like, this is the guy. That's just that's evolution. That's just how things go. I mean, and then from a branding perspective, it was crazy. But where the things begin to, again, change is, look how big LeBron is, bro. Look at him. Like, niggas that size back then was slim,
fastest down the court. He's really like the bring of a rocket. Otis Thorpe. He's like Otis Thorpe size, but speed crazy. And can I address one thing, Juice? It's not that difficult to understand why you think the Rockets might have beat the Bulls, and it was Hakeem Olajuwon. That's as simple as that. And the shooting around them, there wasn't no deep science to it. Hakeem Olajuwon, they had nobody for him. So,
but I think a lot of people miss that because we get so caught up in the Jordan like magic that we miss. A lot of times back then, it came down to matchup.
Well,
that's what made
Jordan
the game of basketball so great.
Jordan fucked it up so we couldn't get it. He wanted to go play baseball and fuck the whole shit up. We could have got that and seen that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We could have. Now, I'm not saying they don't make adjustments because that's still Michael Jordan. He's a great strategist. So I don't. But it's gonna be difficult because Hakeem, like, I ain't gonna lie, they be playing my man, bro, and I don't like it.
No, anybody who really know, the ones who really know.
Yeah, because Kobe had to come down and see him. LeBron came down and see him.
No, Kobe won a chip. Kobe won a chip and was like, "I'm going to see him.
I'm gonna go see him because I need to get it right." They trying to come on, bro. Like, so he just, you know, it's a lot. As much as we talk about LBJ's physical, nobody worked harder than Kobe. That's another thing that he got over everybody. MJ was, let's practice and go to the golf court. Kobe was. You don't think LeBron works as hard as them though?
I don't know if anybody go as hard as the stories you hear about Kobe. And I think LeBron put a lot of money into his body. He take care of his body. But I think the work, I'm talking about on the court, Kobe was I think unmatched as far as that part of it.
What's old boy that plays for the Knicks now? Julius Randle. He gave that story of Kobe, and now that's exactly why he went as hard as he did this last season because he thought about it and he said it was unmatched.
Yeah, he still got to show me something though. He had a year. It's about, you know, putting them together back to back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what Julius really is. So, I believe him. He was a Laker.
I'll say this: when do we feel like LeBron will retire?
Once LeBron gets to the league.
All right. He playing against his ex teammates now. Coming into the league. Bronny teammates coming into the league now.
By the close of his career, it's gonna be a motherfucking thing to really compare.
But the twist is, go ahead. If injuries, you know what I'm saying, the older you get, a lot of things you can't bounce back from. We've never seen LeBron really hurt until last year, and then the year before the what's the name? He got hurt. The year before the.
How many times you seen Kobe hurt?
Kobe didn't start getting hurt till late. Well, Kobe was playing through a lot of shit. You forgot Kobe. Kobe won a chip with a broken pinky. What was it? Iceberg?
Yeah.
What did he break? Or his middle finger. Right.
Do we feel like his game declined at the end? Do you feel like his game declined? Do you feel like his game declined at the end?
I mean, it was his body. He was hurt. That's what I'm saying. But it happened so fast. You go from being, and then one injury, and then it was like back to back. What he tore I forgot what he tore. It was just like back to back injuries. Like he got hurt.
Fuck Solomon Hill, by the way.
Say it again.
I said fuck Solomon Hill.
Who signed him?
It don't matter. That's who goddamn went for a dumbass ball and fucked up our season.
Oh, yo, he like my grandma old boyfriend, yo. Shout out Mr. Lee, yo. My grandma used to be upstairs in bed with Mr. Lee.
Yo, don't do that.
Every time I see listen, because he got that dumbass afro. I'll be like, look at this nigga look like Mr. Lee.
Yo, that's nasty work, Flush.
I know what's going on, but all I know Mr. Lee was in the bed with my grandma. Oh, Mr. Lee.
Don't do that.
I'm sober too. That's terrible.
Oh wow.
He said, "Oh wow."
I mean, does that make sense though? Like I think when we look at it, I was one of those guys.
I'm not mad at your point of view.
Like,
a lot of people will argue down about how you feel though. A lot of people, because when it comes to MJ, he just.
Yeah, nah. Niggas wasn't jumping, doing behind the back, under their leg dunks from like where they're standing when Jordan was around. Like you had some Spud Webbs and shit, but that was like, nah, you know.
Shout out to JB, he was right. Bobby Porter's agent do need to be fired. 2 years, fucking $7 million.
Nah.
God damn.
Which I think about the WAC 100 Tekashi sit down.
I didn't even.
Is it out already?
I don't think it's out yet. I think it comes
out.
I
just want to say this. Y'all cooked that Kobe LeBron thing real quick, and I just want to say Michael Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year as a 2 guard and led the league in scoring. Nobody's ever done that before. So before y'all make up these crazy assumptions.
Yeah, but that's also like talking about LeBron going to the finals, 9 years in a row? That's the same accolade for me.
But that's what that's what I'm saying.
Defensive Player of the Year at a 2 and leading the league in scoring? That's crazy.
That's votes. That's something you get through votes. Somebody voted him to win that, which is okay, but let's not act like LeBron going to and I'm not defending either one because I'm a Kobe.
Oh no, Jordan was putting up the stats though. Like to Jordan's point.
Listen, let's keep it a bean. He had Craig. He was sticking Craig Elo. He was playing against Utah. He was sticking fucking Jeff Hornacek.
That's where you're.
I would win Defensive Player of the Year too, playing Jeff Hornacek.
Athleticism.
Jeff Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek would cook you, Flush.
Yeah, he would bake me. He would bake me, cook me, stir fry me, fry me.
Nah, yo, like y'all not gonna award me to death. Like I don't care about none of that shit. That's like justifying that Kobe Bryant should have only got 1 MVP in 20 years,
which was bullshit.
And we all know that's bullshit. Like don't award me to death. Right, you know what I'm saying?
No, but hold on. The Defensive Player of the Year, they just don't give that out just based off of popularity. Like that ain't no free
bullshit.
Yo, what? Ben Simmons should have won Defensive Player of the Year this year, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I'm
wrong, JB.
Oh my goodness.
Muting up.
It was a Flush. I give you that. Flush.
Don't fucking let him shine with that shit tonight.
Guess what he said? No. What Iceberg say? I'm not against you, bro. I'm not here against you.
I'm against you now. No.
Right.
Shit. Are you fucking serious? Ben Simmons should have won that?
Yes. Yeah, Jay, how many games you watched this year? Dead serious. Not in the strip club. Not in the strip club. Like at home.
Doesn't matter how many games you watch this year? It does not matter where I watch it.
You watch a game differently with booty in your face. I don't care what you talk about.
First of all, pause. Wait, no booty going in the face. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let's just stay below the nipples.
You said stay above the nipples.
Go ahead, below. It's like doing tracks. But explain to me why you think Simmons should have won a defensive player.
Because I watch basketball.
Over Rudy?
Rudy, who just blocked shots. Ben Simmons could stick one to top.
Called defense.
Listen, it's a lot of things Ben Simmons can't do. Defense is not one of them. Ben Simmons plays defense extremely well. Stick 1 through 5. Can Rudy Gobert off a pick and roll stick a point guard? He can't.
Stick 1 through 5.
Can he? Yes, he can.
No, he
Does
can't.
he do it well? No.
Once again, I proved the point that you don't watch basketball.
You said can he? Can he? Yes. Does he do it well? No.
I can stand in front of an NBA point guard. Yes, I can do that also. He's going to bake me, but yes, I can.
I'm answering your question right there. But they don't put Ben Simmons in that shit like that.
You don't watch basketball, Jay. You don't watch basketball.
You only watch one team.
Who team don't want them?
I'm a Lakers fan. What are you talking about?
Who team don't want them?
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about that.
Who's what?
Who's
team don't want them? Let's talk about that.
It's not because of his defense. It's not because of his defense.
That's not.
And what you mean? All I watch is, bro. What channel your TV on right now, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
ESPN.
Bass Fishing Pro.
Right, bro. Listen, I watched the NBA draft. Listen, I missed some of the NBA draft because I flew in on Thursday. Last night I was watching the NBA draft again on. I do this, bro. Chill out. I do this. Don't come to me. I'm not the guy.
I'm glad you think it because I'm the young one.
I'm not thinking because you're the young one. I'm thinking it because I know you and I pay attention. You don't know what's going on.
You don't. You get certain days that I'm out. And you just so happen to call me. Hold on, let me tell y'all real quick.
Picking the NBA draft.
Let me tell y'all.
Who's the NBA? Who's the second pick in the NBA draft, Jay? Dead serious. Who's the second pick in the NBA draft?
I'm not even going to tell you like I do know because I did not watch the draft.
Jalen Green, Houston Rockets.
Green, Houston Rockets.
Right. See?
Yeah.
So, let me tell you what happened one day, right?
And I was watching the Olympics. Shout out to the Olympics.
This is what he gonna say. So Flush calls me one day as a butt dial, and I call him back and say, "Yo, you good?" So I ain't mean to call you. Where you at though? So I said, "I'm at the Shakey's." He goes, "Yo, it's only lunchtime." I said, "Yeah, I'm eating something right now." He goes, "All right, I'll talk to you later." But
I didn't even think about that. But thanks for proving my point, Jay. I appreciate you. You help me out. You're the best player on my team, Jay. When I come at you, pause. You're the number one guy to help me out.
Fucking sixth man. That's what I am. I'm the sixth man.
Yeah, all right.
I'm like a Lou Will coming off the bench. I'm good.
You about four.
I'm a Lou Will. Exactly.
You about 4 Lou Phils. 4 Lou Wills.
Lou Phils, huh?
Listen, I got time for this shit, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Shout out to the Olympics, right, Iceberg?
Yeah.
Shit is messy. Sha'Carri had won that gold medal?
No.
Hell no. Did you see that Jamaican team?
That shit
they was
insane.
Getting busy.
They might as well held hands and ran together. Like that's just insane.
Yo, they was getting busy.
All I'm gonna say is I think my hot take might have been valid. Her ass, she smoked that goddamn. She probably was.
She ain't want to go.
Motherfuckers.
Yo, that's like the motherfuckers. Yo, shout out the motherfuckers who make it the. Shout out the motherfuckers who make it the boot camp and go through all that bullshit and they piss tests come back and they say they dumbass. Shout out to them.
Old girl was trying to go home.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Jordan. I believe what you said is true on a lot of different levels, and I forgot why that came up in my head again. But I actually believe that that's what happened, bro.
She seen that Jamaican team run and she hit the blunt like, pass me that shit.
Yeah, like I ain't trying to know.
I want to know, was it a bong? What was she smoking? Question.
They said it was edible.
Hey, she from Fort Worth. She was hitting Dallas Fort Worth, man. She was.
Yo, I told you. Listen, he guaranteed good for one.
She had a Swisher, man. Probably a Swisher Sweet.
Can we be honest that everybody on this podcast is good for something in their city at least every 3 weeks?
Yes. Hey, remember when Jay said he was stealing cars and driving the Hammer Jacks when he was dying?
Which Lou Will was that? Because you know he for Lou. Which Lou Will was that?
I don't know. The nigga said, I was stealing cars and I was driving the Hammer Jacks when I was dying.
He should have been getting the ice cream off of Jack and Jill. That's what he should have been doing. He doing the wrong shit out here.
Hey,
and that's where the shaky butt. That's where it all started.
Hey,
Hammer Jacks.
And that's why me and Flav was drinking.
Yo, you was drinking with a 70-year-old man?
Yeah, I was drinking last weekend.
You know, Flav like 70 though.
That was
like
yeah, Flavor old as shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got anything
He
else?
was in my VA. So
And that storm.
Did you buy him a drink? Did you buy him a drink?
we had plenty of bottles.
Let's see. Chris Paul stupid. Lonzo got the bag. Caruso went to motherfucking the Bulls with Lonzo.
Hey, listen, man. I'm rooting for Caruso, man. I know he ain't
Steph
making
Curry,
the ball.
don't sign that contract. They're not.
No, seriously, Ralph.
Hey,
Iceberg. No, he
Yeah.
doesn't need to sign that contract.
Yeah, I wouldn't
If
sign
y'all
that
would give me
shit at
4
all.
years, if y'all would give me 4 years, 215, make it 4 years, 515.
Nah, don't sign that contract.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, he bugging. Why the fuck would he do that? But anyway,
It's a lot of money though.
Where was Chris Paul gonna go?
Dame Lillard is going to stay there and complain another year.
Yo, Bradley Beal, I don't understand. What
Bradley
are they
Beal,
doing?
you'll never win a championship.
He getting the check. I don't want to hear in 5 years, yo, I just want to win. Like, I don't want to hear that from you. I don't want to hear that in a couple of years from him.
Well, that's what happened. I call that Carmelo syndrome is what I call that. Carmelo Anthony had the chance to go play with Bean, and he decided to go to New York. See how that worked out for him.
Yeah.
Dummy.
And yo, the crazy thing about that Melo deal was like he signed the deal before the new CBA took it. So he even not only did he take he took the more money at the time, but he took less money because the TV deal came in. What was it? The next year around or the year after that?
The next year.
We found out he pulled the Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, that was so. I didn't understand. I understand that. Like, yo, he missed out on probably a good 150 to 200 million dollars.
I think the one thing he did teach is like, yo, you might as well wait that year and be a free agent and go sign with them because they gave up that whole squad for real. Maury Stoudemire was he even good with Melo there? He was there by himself and he killed.
Yo, he was bone on bone. His knees was basically bone on bone.
But he balled that 1 year, that first year there, he balled.
Yeah, the painkillers got him in. He ain't done
a bunch of motherfucking cortisone. like, go ahead, man. I don't believe it. Y'all
what is it?
Y'all said the GOAT is 44 years old. Y'all will be wrong for the next hour and 58 minutes. The GOAT is 43. His birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Happy
birthday, Tom Brady.
More importantly, my young OG's birthday is tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my main man, 50 grand.
Who, Bob?
Yeah, 16.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo,
happy birthday.
I was thinking who birthday early in August. I was sitting back here.
Son really only 16, like 7 feet tall.
He getting to it.
That's the coolest young boy. That's the coolest young boy ever.
Bro, this man went from waves to a fro effortlessly, bro. I was just like, yo, I got hair.
You gotta watch his TikTok show. Yo, my nephew is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I gotta tap him for that.
Oh, shout out to Cooler, his TikTok.
Oh, the king. Hey, it's a movement, and he don't even know. It's a movement. It's brewing. It's brewing.
I'm coming, baby. I'm
coming.
coming.
Cool. Why was we so late to TikTok? Remember, I was not with it. Like I was like, I'm not doing that shit yet.
We gonna look up, and Cool gonna be on GMA one morning. They're gonna be like, look at the doctor.
Wait, Cool had his top on there. I said, oh, Cool ain't playing no games. I said, Cool ain't playing no games out here. Like, you see how he popped back up with his cool ass. Oh, y'all talking shit. And all that porcelain. All that porcelain now. Look at all that porcelain.
TikTok Mike. Yeah,
it's brewing. It's brewing. It's gonna be a movement, bro. Wow.
Yo, we gotta do more of these. This is brothers talking. Listen, man. Like, we ain't talking about shit really relevant. We just had fun. It was. We might start doing more of these, man. Fuck it. This Brothers Talking Shit podcast, episode 152. We out here. Love y'all, fellas.
Yeah, love you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, peace.
Love y'all, man.